Yeah, they're not too happy.
Not too happy about getting out in the cold, they don't too fast.
Mind hold the flag while I have a smoke.
Oh yeah, well, where do I get me on? Where do you get me on electric lad out? I can do that. There you are, go ahead.
Thank you. Good luck.
Move on down that a little bit.
Tell him that. I'm only holding it for someone.
I got the job too. Last time I was in here, come on, close.
You come, no,
Here, get in the middle here.
Here, hold that there. Oh, you go, man.
Everyone up in the photograph. Kildare is most wanted in the week.
There, you have a mask on you, hold that there. That lad there behind, they'll take it off in a minute. I know who there. Silence!
Andy!
Lucy, how are you?
Andy, I could see you. Great. where there is just under 1,000 people, and nobody knows who they are, where they came from, supposedly from Ukraine. Whereas in the game was in Newbridge, they weren't Ukrainian when they came. 100 people over there, they're Ukrainian families. There's not one Ukrainian there.
Run it up.
You hear me now?
Hey!
Right. So out in Foods Cross, we have a lovely little village planted in a field. In the middle of a field, without telling anybody. Hidden away, getting ready for over nearly 1,000 people. Nearly 1,000 people that were told are families. Now, in Kildare alone, 66 children had no school places. After 90 days, these people, 950, 985, whatever they are, they get turned out. They're told then they have to find their own accommodation. Okay? If they don't find their own accommodation, the government will help them. There's about 14,000 plus homeless people in this country, from every different nationality. The Irish government is not helping one of them. None of them. They're left to die on the streets. But yet, all of these people are coming in. Remember, it's 90 days, then another 90 days, then another 90 days. That's 950, 985, by 4 supposedly so far. Now, where are these people supposed to go? Do they go out into Kildare? Do they go out into Dublin? Do they go out into all over the country? Nobody knows, because nobody has told us anything. No councillors, no TDs, no government, nobody told us anything. And it's the same all over the country, everywhere. How long before it stops? Is it going to stop? Is anybody going to stop them? Who knows, because they're not stopping right now. This morning, the 1,000 tents up in Dublin, with all the migrant, mainly males that I've seen, in any video I've seen, mainly males, not from Ukraine, were put on a bus to clear up for St. Patrick's Day. Those men were both brought to different places around the country. One example is British. British and County Wicklow. The boys went in, the bus left, the boys left. They jumped over the gates, they jumped over the hedges, and they walked back out and down the road. Where are they now? Who are they? Who knows? Because we don't know. No security there. You think 1,000 people living in a field in little boxes are going to stay there? Are going to be led by security and kept in little boxes? It's not humane. Children should not go into little boxes if there actually is any children. They should not be put in confined spaces with 1,000 people that they already don't know anyway. So if you have your neighbours in your state, one new neighbour comes in, everyone's looking out the window. Who's that? Who are they? Are they nice? Are they not? This is 1,000 people put next door to a village of 1,035 people. They don't know who they are. The people living beside each other in this 1,000 people don't know who they are. How do we know there's not going to be fights? How do we know it's not going to spill out into our community? We don't. Because nobody is telling us anything. We're not getting any answers from anybody. Nobody is giving us answers.
Come!
I'd like to thank everyone for turning up today. That's a good show, it's a good turnout in the rain. Well done. We're all here because we're concerned of what's going on. What's going on in Ireland is unbelievable. It's like 2030 agenda. This has been planned about 70 years ago. This wasn't planned 2 years ago or 3 years ago. But it's coming to fruition now. And they're putting the pressure on, big time. And they're going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. We're only breeding our women at 1.6. The Muslims are going to come in here, they're going to breed at 6, 7, 8 and 10 like old Irish families. And we're going to be wiped in a design. When a townie of mine in the Kenny, and that's Stutter Noonan, they designed this, they done the deal, they done the dirty deal with the Khazars up in Dublin. They done the deal. What the Khazars done, they stopped the money, they gave the money out, they created a massive boom, and they funded all the countries with false money, and everyone took in on it. Then they turned off the tap. They turned off the tap, and they created a depression, not a recession, and that was done on purpose. So then they went in and they said there's no money in your ATMs, lads. So if you want money, there's 84 billion on hand if you sign up to this shit. And our clowns signed up for it. Right? They were clowns that had sold our country out to the globalists. Totally. Yeah?
Traitors!
So, they are traitors to Ireland.
Traitors! Traitors!
Now, when you go back to the 70s, whenever this European crack was drawn up, that was drawn up, this was part of the 70-year plan or whatever. They had the European Union. The European Union was to control you. And you never seen it. The farmers took the soft money, as always, but I don't blame them, get a few bob, they'll take it. They gave them money for nothing to lie up. And all the farms are slowly closing down. Nobody's farming, all the lads are immigrating. Nobody's farming. This was part of the plan. Rural Ireland was destroyed. All the little towns. If you go through it here, the county council up here, they push the rates up. The government will push the VAT up. Closes all the businesses down. Every business, small businessman is closed down in all these towns. You look up the road there, the pubs, they're closed. And you look around it, and you'll see all this Costa coffee and all this crack. That's all globalists. You go out the road, Lidl. You go to Aldi. That's all part of the plan. You're all eating out of their basket. They don't want you eating off local business people. That's the plan for them. I'm getting hoarse now, so someone else will have to say that.
Herman Kelly! Hey!
Two great speakers before me. It's very hard to be better than that. But just, I would ask you to comment right there about the farmers bought into the EU with the understanding that the EU was going to destroy our Irish fishing industry, given that we're an island nation and the huge resources we have around our seas. The farmers bought into it for the easy money that they were getting. But now times have changed. The EU, with its anti-carbon, of course, we're the carbon they want to remove, aren't we? The anti-carbon, the anti-climate change, the climate alarmist agenda will be used to control and to decimate Irish farming. So Irish farmers will have to wake up very quickly to understand that the EU is not your friend, your EU is your enemy. And going forward, as Tom mentioned there, you can see over the decades the number of farmers have been falling. It's not just the cows that the government is looking to cull. It's also the number of farms and farmers. That's the next people that they're going to cull. Another thing we have to be aware of is there last year, look at the numbers, last year there was over 4,000 men and women came into Dublin Airport claiming asylum, as they put it. Not one of them, of those 4,000, 85% of people claiming asylum coming into Dublin Airport, not one of them. We don't know their name, we don't know what country they're from, we don't know do they have a criminal record. And do you know that Joseph Kuska, who murdered that beautiful Irish girl in Tullamore, Ashley Murphy, he came into Ireland through EU open borders. And this is a guy who came into our country, never worked a day in his life, never worked a single day in the 10 years he was here. And how did he thank us? He murdered an Irish girl in the middle of the day, in the middle of our country. And there was another guy, another Slovak. When I was looking up this kid, I could see there was a guy down in Wexford, 53, Slovak, we don't know if he's a Slovak, came in through EU open borders. What did he do? He raped a girl of 7, sexually assaulted this girl of 7 numerous times. And that's appalling enough. But you know what else is more appalling? That this Slovak guy who raped the girl here had previously murdered a guy in Slovakia. So we don't know their names, the countries, we don't know do they have a criminal record. So I would say to the people of Kildare, keep your chins up. Thank you for the people coming here today. You've done yourselves proud. You can tell your friends and your family next week, next month, in 5 years' time, when what we are saying is like, actually, it's not in 5 years' time. Already, at this moment, we are the mainstream. The vast majority of people in Ireland today agree with our views on immigration. We are not extreme that the media will try to portray us as. We are the mainstream. Our view is the views of the vast majority of people in this country. So keep your heads up. I'd like to thank the organisers here, the Kildare Says No, for organising this event. Very often, give them a clap. Organisers, I know myself, sometimes we can be a very sensitive and everybody on your case, but it's very important that we encourage fellow patriots to put their head above the parapet, for our fellow patriots to keep on speaking up, because otherwise, if the trajectory of this country continues, we are going to be replaced by people who are non-Irish in this country, and it's going to make Ireland less safe. It's going to come at a massive financial cost to the taxpayers, to ordinary workers. At the moment, our young people, because the demand for housing is so high, our young people, they can't afford a house. They can't find an apartment to rent. As Tom said, they're having to immigrate to Australia, to Canada. And do you know what? We've got to make Ireland fit for Irish people again, and make sure that Ireland, the Irish people, come first in Ireland, because we're sick of being paddy last. And a last minute plug for myself, and I don't mean to make it too. I'm running the European election in Midlands Northwest, so I'd ask you to vote early, vote often, as they say in there. Thank you very much. Where am I going to say? Hey! Yeah, my name is Jeremy Kelly.
So we've just learned that Punchestown is already, after kind of being filled with some more people. Punchestown has people there right now. And soon enough, there's 1,000 people coming outside now, just over the bridge, with a nice new footpath built for them. They have a medical centre apparently, but do they have scan machines? What happens if someone breaks a bone or needs a scan? They go to Naas Hospital, where we can't even fit. How many people are waiting for beds in Naas Hospital? How long do you have to ring your doctor to get an appointment? How many times do people have to ring their doctors? So after 90 days, there's 1,000 more people that will have to do this as well. And the next 90 days, that's another 1,000. There's about 4,000 supposedly going in there this year, when there was only 4,750 last year. So are we the new opening centre? Is it where we guaranteed another 4,000 out there this year? Because that's what they're telling us. That's what they're telling us, and it's wrong. It's not okay. There is no room for anybody else. Nobody. We're full. There is no room. We do not have the amenities. We do not have the resources. We do not have any room for anybody else. Nobody. It's ludicrous. They're lunatics running the country, and they need to resign, and they need to stop. They're all players. Out, out, out! Leo, Leo, Leo! Out, out, out! Leo, Leo, Leo! Out, out, out!
Where's Chris?
Anybody like to say anything?
Where's Chris? Chris! Come on, Chris!
Hello everybody. I would just like to thank all of you for coming out here. We they're all beautiful people
Thanks.
of this country, regardless if you're Irish or not. You're here fighting and standing up for Ireland. That's what we're doing here, because we are all concerned and we are all worried for the safety of our own communities.
And we don't know anything.
We don't know anything. The government are not speaking to us and they're not answering our questions. Nothing has been disclosed at all. We can only rely on each other. We can't even rely on our own government anymore because it's corrupt and it doesn't look out for us. If it would look out for us, it would look out for the Irish homeless. It would look out for the people who can't afford the rent. It would look out for the kids who can't even join their school in their own communities. So I'd like to thank you all for coming out here. Never lose hope. Keep fighting. Because our own ancestors fought for this country. They stood up for this country and they died for this country. So you are all coming out here doing a great thing. Everybody here is doing an amazing thing. Thank you everybody. And I'd like to say it's not just for Kildare. This is for all of Ireland. If you look at Sweden right now, Sweden used to be regarded as one of the safest countries in the whole world. When undocumented refugees enter that country is all falling apart. And now it is considered a dangerous country now with shooting and murders happening all the time. Just since, I think, the start of this year, there's been 68 shootings in Sweden. One of the safest countries used to be. And we are now here, standing up and protecting our beloved country because we don't want the same to happen here. We are not going to let the same to happen here. So if I could get 1 second and get one last chant here again, it's not just for all of Kildare, it's all for Ireland. If we could say, Ireland says no. 3, 2, 1. Ireland says no! 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 Ireland says no!
Protect our children! Protect our children!
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Protect our children!
Just one thing before I finish up. I'd like to personally thank Chris McCormick. He went to the High Court and Ross Howland went with him. I followed him, but I was about 5 minutes behind. I got there. But Chris spoke unbelievably well, and the judge was fair. I will say the judge says the injunction is more a ceased at the minute. Yeah. So I see what they're doing out now at Broad's Cross. They're coming out, the builders, and they're bullying the protesters, bullying them. The guards asked us, the protesters, to move down the road, and we peacefully done that, right? And we moved down. Then the builders, then the builders went and wrecked everything, smashed up all the tent that we made up, the temporary tents and all that. And the guards thought it was the common area. Now that has to be clarified with the guards. Is it a common area or not? But the protest is not finishing because, as the judge says, that ceased. He ceased that injunction at the minute. Yeah. So if they're going to start bullying us, we'll picket the gates.
Yes! Yes!
So if they're putting the heavy hand on us, we'll get stronger, not weaker. So we'll go on the gates. If they start that, if they don't accommodate us, put the place there to stand, we'll stand on the gate. Yes?
Yes.
We'll picket the gates.
Yes!
So don't be afraid of them. Bullies don't work. Bullies don't work. The British tried this for 800 years. It never fucking worked.
Hey!
800 years we never fucking gave up, and we won't give up now.
Go on, Tom! Go on, Tom!
Keep it going, boys. Don't give up. And don't walk away from those fucking globalists. Right? Well done, everyone.
Go on, Tom! Hey!
And just one more thing, don't be afraid to go down to Flood's Cross and have a look. Right down with your cars, have a look. There's a lot of people standing there every single day together. And I have about 20 people that are spending their time on and off, day and night, trying to stay there and trying to keep it going and make people aware. So don't be afraid to go down and don't be afraid to sit for an hour with them because, like, only for them, everything will be destroyed down there and taken down and burned by the builders.
Your arm's